about that?
A lot going on.
Oh, Wivik up on that old camel there just riding that sucker like nobody's business.
All right, Ed, thanks.
All right.
And I can guarantee after Thanksgiving that traffic center is going to look pretty interesting. All right, well, with Black Friday fast approaching, there are some of you out there who may be looking in to purchase a Windows-based tablet. Here with more tips on that is our techspert, Dan Thompson from Claris Networks. Good to see you, Dan.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right, let's talk about the new Surface tablets. What's the deal here?
All right, so let's start off, let's talk about fit and finish to begin with. So if you just look at the device as a whole, it's very similar to a lot of the other tablets on the market. We've got a nice screen, nice resolution. You can buy a keyboard with the device if you want to. The keyboard pops off. It's all magnetic, so that's just kind of a nice feature. A lot of the gripes around some of the other tablets was that it's hard to kind of type on the screen. Yeah. Microsoft said, hey, we'll just give you a neat little keyboard and you can feel that thing. I mean, it's light as a feather. There's hardly anything to it. So that's that. Obviously, it has front and rear-facing cameras. That's kind of a must. It also has this little kickstand, which you can see, which allows you to set it up on a table and use it kind of like you would traditionally a laptop. Yeah. So that's kind of the device itself. Let's talk about user interface. A lot has been said about the new Windows 8 interface. So this is a quick look at it. You can see that there's these new tiles. What Microsoft has done is tried to send this look across all their devices. So if you look at a Windows phone, it looks like this. If you look at the Xbox console, it looks like this. If you look at Microsoft's website, it looks like this. So you can kind of see they're trying to have a common theme across all their devices, so that kind of when you move from one device to the other, it feels familiar to you. Whereas with Apple and Android, you know, Apple iOS doesn't look anything like their, you know, their Mountain Lion OS and things like that. So that's that. Now, if you haven't heard anything I've said up until this point, blah, 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 nice device, I want one, hear what I'm about to say because this is important. This is where people get confused. The newest Surface that is out right now is Windows RT. Now, that sounds interesting, and frankly, if you go to the desktop, it looks just like Windows 7. However, it is not Windows 7. This device will not run your applications on Windows. So like if you've bought Photoshop, if you've bought, you know, Lightroom, any of those, you know, video, photo editing softwares, it will not run on this device. However, Microsoft is coming out with a Pro version of this in the next couple of months, and it will run all your applications. So if you've always kind of liked the idea of a tablet, but you wanted to use all your legacy applications, you're going to have to wait for the Pro.
Why would they do that before Christmas?
Well, so here's the kicker. With the tablets, a lot of people have said, man, it would be so neat if I could run Office on that tablet. Everything else is fine. Well, with the RT, there is a full-blown version of Microsoft Office that runs on the device. So you can use Word, you can use Outlook, you can use Access and PowerPoint. So if you've always kind of wished you could do that one business line application plus all the, you know, the Evernote, Netflix, all that sort of thing, with RT you can do that, but it is very confusing and Microsoft has not done a good job of explaining the differences between RT and Pro. Again, RT, you got to use the apps that come on the device or from their market. With the Pro version coming out in a few months, you'll be able to run all your traditional Windows applications.
What about pricing? Are you discussing that later?
No, we can talk about it now, yeah. So the RT tablet is the only thing we know about pricing so far. It starts out at $499 for the 32 gig unit. If you want the keyboard, it's another $100. If you want the 64 gig plus the keyboard, it's another $100 on top of that. So now we're at $699. Well into the range of all the high-end iPads and also a laptop as well.
All right, Dan, thanks. And he's going to be over on Mornings with Fox 43 talking about some other tablet options available, including the Android, iPad, and Surface tablet.
That's right, that's right.
All right, so that'll be good. Thanks, Dan. Coming up, despite indications that a ceasefire could be in the making, there's been heavy fire from Israeli tanks and gunboats against targets